Good afternoon. I am here early. It's a Friday afternoon hangout sesh to the Friday night sesh because my guest Brooke Lynn has a lot of things to do later tonight, right? I gotta get the mic. I can hear you. Can you? All right. Let me see. Yo, can you hear me? That's weird. Let me see. We're having technical difficulties. Sorry about that. Sorry. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Brooke. Yeah, we're having technical difficulties. Sorry about that. Pardon. Yeah, let me think. Yeah, sorry for the technical difficulties, everybody. We're having a sound issue. Right, Brooke? Right, Brooklyn? Sorry. Sorry about that. We're having technical difficulties with the sound. Hold on, I'm gonna give her a call. Let's see. Give me a second. Sorry. I'm going to try to give me a second. Try to video share for.
Okay, I'm trying again, but I don't know what's wrong because you can hear me now, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, let's try one more time.
All right, let's try it.
Okay.
Could be something on the sound. Yeah, you can hear her there, right? Yeah, she was on the earlier video with me. It was another live stream we did back when I lived in Hollywood like a year ago. I'll show you the links to that. All right.
Yay!
We got the sound.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Awesome.
about. Did you just come back from outside? Because it is pouring right now.
Well, my hair is wet because I just got back from the gym and I showered and I was like, I don't have time to even dry my hair. So, yeah, it's pouring here too. I'm in Santa Barbara and people don't know what to make of this kind of weather, but I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I love it, except for when I go on the road and folks just can't drive in the rain.
Oh, that's accurate. That's accurate.
Those are the worst rain drivers. And I got my Nevada shirt on because the weather's like Seattle right now. So.
Oh, nice. Very nice. I just get into one gym outfit and then I go into the next one. That's kind of all I wear. But it's been so long since I've seen you.
Oh yeah, I lived in Hollywood back when we did that live stream.
Yeah.
What, 2 years ago? Yeah. Now with my family.
2 years?
It might interrupt. Huh?
Was that 2 years?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna get the link right there. I'm gonna get the link right now.
God. Cannot.
Yeah. Time goes by fast. Time goes by so fast.
Well, I have been in Santa Barbara for about 6 or 7 months now. So it has been a while.
Santa Barbara's nice.
Oh, yeah. It's paradise. I actually ended up here originally in 2017 because I crashed my car here. And then I just never left until I went abroad.
Yeah. And it's a lot more. It's a lot safer, a lot cleaner, and yeah,
A lot
like
less traffic.
yeah, a lot less traffic in Hollywood. Just chill. I mean, where I'm at right now, I'm in Rolling Hills, like San Pedro, like that area, Long Beach. Yeah,
Long Beach. Okay, that I was like San Pedro. I don't know. I'm a New Yorker at heart, so
New York, already.
yeah.
Basically, Long Beach is like the Brooklyn, the LA's Manhattan.
Oh, is that? I never would have guessed. I never would have guessed that.
Yeah,
Uh,
like that.
yeah, my mom actually moved to LA 5 months ago from New York City, so I cried of sadness.
Why?
Like I'm really happy closer, but she was like the only thing keeping me going back to New York, and
Yeah.
had to grieve the loss of New York City, but it's okay.
Yeah, I'm still trying to find a link to the live stream you made like a few years ago. I think it was early 2002.
Like it was probably around, yeah, maybe it was like a year and a half ago, but I
Yeah,
think I only just came back to America 2 years ago.
yeah. Most of the live stream talked about your travels from like Vietnam.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Oh,
Oh, there we go. I'm gonna get the link right here. Yeah, we pretty much talked about Joe Rogan and the comedy scene in LA. Are you still doing comedy right now?
I am doing, well, that would be a lie. I am, but significantly less for two reasons in terms of stand up. Because I am, which actually I haven't officially announced yet, but I will soon. I'm going to be doing a TEDx talk this spring. So I'm focusing my energy on my TEDx talk. And I have been, which maybe you saw on my social media, been doing comedy videos. So I've been doing more acting, skit writing, and comedy in that way. Although, I still wrote a joke yesterday. I just haven't been getting on stage that much because I've just been doing a lot of other things.
I mean, you're like a low key self help guru too, because a lot of your stuff is talking about confidence and all that.
That too. Yeah, I've been working on my business as well. So I just doing a lot of different things, and that's why it is a little bit of a cop out. Technically, yes. Could I go to an open mic every week if I really wanted to? Yes. But Tuesday rolls around and I have habits of like infants and the elderly. Like I eat dinner at 4:30. I'm in bed at 8:30. Open mics just don't correlate with like the life I've been living these last couple of months. But for sure, there's an ebb and flow to comedy and everything in life. And I know there will be a point where every week I'm getting on stage again. It's just right now, the next 6 weeks, I'm really focused on my TEDx talk and also creating these videos, these comedy videos.
Yeah, that's understandable. You ain't got time. I mean, to be real with you, like I've been that kind of like a year neither. This is like last week I did stand up for the first time,
Wait, last week you did stand up for the first time in how long?
like a year. Yeah, yeah, because South Bay is not like Central LA, so mostly I've been doing like the South Bay stuff.
See, I was like, I haven't done it in so long, but my last time I got on stage was probably like 6 weeks ago. But for me, that's a longer stretch than usual. Um, but I'm happy that you made it back on stage. That's awesome. How did it feel?
It felt liberating. It felt good. It got a lot of my anxiety though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to have that creative outlet and
Then it felt good to get some material out that I've been wanting to say for like the past, let's say 6 months.
yeah. Yeah, I've been thinking of things. It's weird though because I notice with the way that my brain works, and even this is when I was writing my blog too. Like it started back then. I was either in blog mode, even though my blog was funny. Like it was either blog mode or stand up comedy mode. It was one or the other, and I couldn't really do both at the same time period. And right now, I'm kind of in TEDx mode, like getting that prepared.
You're in TEDx there. I feel that, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta get in that zone. Like I get in I'm on like in the YouTube or TikTok zone right now.
Yeah. Um, so, oh yeah, and I actually, me and my friends that I'm collaborating with in these comedy videos are thinking of not thinking of, we will put it out on YouTube at some point. But for now, we're just sharing it on our own private social media, kind of building like an inventory of videos to have, and seeing how that goes. And that also feels really liberating for me because creatively, yes, this TEDx talk is great, but it's like, research and things like that. Whereas it's playtime when I get to act and or stand up. It's more, there's this like playful energy that's more liberating than sitting behind a computer and just typing.
Yeah, and on my I'm almost pops like yeah, like you gonna get some clout from the TEDx talk. You know what I'm saying? You get to like meet like experts,
Yeah, I'm
influencers, and the spirit you're gonna talk in. You know what I'm saying? Like that click.
yeah, and it's so interesting. True story. I remember lying on my purple shag rug at 16 years old in high school, writing a list of all of the dreams that I had for my life and what I wanted. And TED Talk was on that list at 16 years old. So it's like 15 years later, this is happening for me. And it's super cool to see that from such a young age. I don't know what it was. And I remember at that time in my life, I was severely depressed. I didn't know what I would talk about. I didn't know how I could help people, but I just knew my voice was important.
Yeah.
And I wanted that. And I didn't even know why. So
I mean, you have valuable insights. Like,
thank you. It's called
yeah,
trauma. Called working through trauma. That's what that is.
valuable insights. You're confident. You have energetic energy about
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I was actually accepted for 2 TEDx talks, one in Colorado, one in Santa Barbara, on 2 different topics. However, I did pull out of the Colorado one because they were 2 weeks apart. And I have to trust that I can get accepted to do my other speech at another time. And because the point of this is to do the best I can. And if I'm trying to do 2 17-minute TEDx talks within 2 weeks of each other, I can't make it as good as if I just put my energy into one. So I'll just be doing the one in Santa Barbara this spring, April 16th. The other one was about confidence and how to build the relationship with yourself to cultivate confidence. So hopefully that will come in the future. And then, not hopefully, in the future, I'll do another one. But for now, it's about risk taking and how to take risks in a way that will help you step into an alternative version of yourself.
yeah. Doing stand up is a risk, and traveling to Vietnam is a risk too.
Right, exactly. And so it's through these experiences that I've learned a lot of these things. And I just want to help people to take risks and do it in a way where they can feel good about it and step into the person that they want to embody. And I'm super excited about it. I'm really excited. Yeah, so right now I pretty much have it figured out. It's just a matter of practicing and, crossing the T's, dotting the I's. And
Yeah.
that's my main focus these days.
So, I mean, you're thinking of making a YouTube channel. So basically, it's going to take all your stuff from Instagram and then just merge it together.
Trying to figure that out because me and my friends want to do one for our comedy, but also other people are saying I should do my coaching on YouTube, kind of like what I have on Instagram. But I'm used to YouTube. Like I don't really know. I know YouTube isn't going anywhere. It's like the OG, Facebook, Instagram, all these things can change, but I feel like YouTube is the most reliable platform that isn't really going anywhere or changing in massive
For me,
disruptive ways.
yeah, for me, like I learned nowadays, you got to do like cross platform. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta, like I do YouTube, TikTok, and IG at the same time. Like share like the same content on like all 3 platforms.
Right.
Right.
I tried to be consistent with TikTok and I will again at some point, but I fell off that wagon. But Instagram I do, and I would like to be more consistent with all 3 and well, I mean, I don't even have a YouTube account right now, but get that eventually. But I think, I don't know, tell me your take on this, because I feel like, I have my comedy videos and then I have my coaching. Usually when someone creates a YouTube channel, they have like this one thing. And my coaching is much different than my comedy videos.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of folks may create separate channels. That's if they got enough, like an audience, they can like have a separate channel with that audience already intact. Because I got two channels myself. I got a separate channel where I talk about other stuff than this channel.
Okay. So my question is, do you think it would be okay to have such different things on one channel, or should I just have my friend post the comedy videos of us and then I just focus on my coaching on my channel?
I mean, like just do both until you build enough of a big audience, and then you can like build one channel for coaching and one channel for comedy.
Oh, although I will say, I don't think you're allowed to post the identical videos on two different channels, because like my friend would want to post our comedy videos.
Nah, I mean you can do that.
You can?
Yeah, you can.
Huh. Huh. Okay.
Yeah, you
Cool.
can. I've seen bigger channels do all the time.
All right. Well, we'll see about that. I do want to get a little bit more technologically savvy. That is not my forte.
What you mean by What you mean by technology?
Like how to open up Facebook in a Word document, and like, like
You don't know how to code.
I can say that again. Oh no, not at all. And just
So you can code.
I'm not. I can do the basic things on the computer, but I think it's like there's this part of me that gets a little triggered with technology. I'm like, it reminds me of having to do research at school. I don't know. I guess triggered isn't the right word, but it's never been like, oh, let me learn about how to do this thing on the computer. It's just
I just say the word tech-tarded, but that's my lingo. Tech-tarded.
what?
Tech-tarded, like I'm a tech-tard. Like I don't like. Oh man, I'm not really good at tech. That's a term I use. Tech-tard.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I I think it takes a lot of, well, with anything, consistency. And I know that if I was more consistent with social media, it would get
Yeah.
better. There wouldn't be as much resistance. There's not much of a desire.
I would say like nowadays it's way harder to build an audience like it was like 10 years ago on YouTube. 10 years ago, it was easy because you can get a video and it can get promoted on the algorithm. Now the YouTube algorithm doesn't promote smaller creators; it promotes like big corporate.
Mm. I feel like that's how it is with everything at first, though. Like TikTok, so easy to go viral initially, and over time, it's just getting harder and harder. I feel like all the platforms, it's kind of, it starts off with free for all, and then they just narrow it down to just pushing out the creators with the followings. But I still think, regardless of if you get a huge following or not, life is about consistency, following your passion, doing something creative, anything that you want to improve on. And this, I do talk about this in my TEDx talk.
And another thing I want to point out is leaving a legacy.
Yeah, that too. And, but I think, which falls in line with leaving a legacy, because you do need to change things about yourself in your life in order to leave a legacy, because you're not, unless you're born into royalty, you don't come into this life. Well, you have to create a legacy for yourself. You have to have a reason, and you need to change things about yourself and your life if you want to create the life that you want. And that requires you to create new neurological pathways in your mind. One of those things to help with that is consistency. So consistency, amongst many other things, is just one of the ways to rewire your brain in a way that can help you step into that version of yourself. And that's why when talking about consistency, I was like, it's kind of important to whatever you want to do in life. Just remember that that is one of the foundations to the change that you're looking for is to be consistent. Whether it's going to the gym, whether it's eating right, whether it's practicing technology and how to get more comfortable with it, whatever.
Exactly. Or, saying growing an audience, learning when to promoting your content, and building that relationship with the audience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Same thing, consistency, showing up, and even writing these skits with my friends. Consistency with showing up and working together, you kind of learn more about how to communicate, everything. It's just life. And I have been, I mean, I've always been into fitness. I've been a fitness instructor for years. I even taught fitness in Vietnam. But it wasn't until October that I started doing weight training, like heavy resistance weight training, rather than just like fitness classes and Pilates, things like that.
What you think of creating wouldn't the fitness go with the coaching?
Well, I guess if I was a health coach, that would make a little bit more. That would. Uh,
Yeah.
I've thought about it because I'm so passionate about it, but I feel like um, those to me are very separate things. Not very separate, but for me, teaching fitness classes and my health and my fitness journey is something that I want to keep separate from confidence. I don't want confidence to necessarily be all about fitness and the body, and it's kind of just about accepting and loving who you are. I don't think it's also another thing.
It's an idea. It's an
No,
idea.
it's not a bad idea at all, and I've definitely thought about it. I have,
Oh, yeah.
because those are things I'm passionate about. Why not see how I can combine them? I do, though, after I think having, as a coach, I do think it's important to have coaches. Obviously, I believe in the power of them. And when I was working with business coach, when I was first getting started, she did mention how, because I was kind of trying to fit all these things to make one thing. And she said, you don't have to make everything that you love into one thing. You don't have to force that. Because I too was trying to do all of it. And it kind of just made me realize I can have my passion for fitness and teaching fitness classes and being healthy. And I can also, have my coaching business. And maybe one day they will merge. I don't know. But I've definitely thought about it and thought, for now, they're going to be two separate passions, but you never know. It is a dream of mine to run.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
It is,
you're a boss, so.
yeah, actually, it is a dream of mine to run a retreat one day. And that would be the perfect opportunity. Although, so like I'm a certified sculpt instructor, spin, body pump, and yoga instructor, but I don't really like teaching yoga because I like yelling at people. So
Uh,
I feel like a retreat, it is more
it's
yoga
not.
focused, but I think, everyone likes to get a little sweaty and yelled at every once in a while, right? So maybe if
I mean, you got the personality to be big in whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? You got the personality, you got the drive. Like, yeah, you're gonna make it.
Thank you. I feel it. I feel it. It's just one foot in front of the other. And I think that I
Yeah.
don't think that this TEDx talk is going to be like, oh, it comes out and then I blow up and,
You never know. You can be viral on YouTube, and
oh,
then they can give you a lot of clout for whatever platform you want to be on, like TikTok,
right.
IG, TikTok, YouTube. It don't matter because I got a friend who had a TED talk and they helped her on the YouTube channel.
Say that one more time.
Yeah, I had a friend from film school or from a community college who did a TED talk. And then she had a YouTube channel and she managed to get a big audience off her TED talk.
Wait, I should definitely start a YouTube channel before my TEDx talk. What
Yeah.
am I thinking? Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you her name, Lena Brown. Her channel is Alina Alive, and she did a TED talk 6 years ago talking about medicine. I show you. I put the
Oh,
link.
awesome. Oh, wow. That's really cool. Yeah, I need to get
Yeah.
this started for sure. Also, I was asked to house sit for someone this summer,
Mhm.
and their house is probably one of the most incredible houses I've ever seen. Their whole living room is glass walls. Three of the walls are completely glass, and it's over a cliff on the top of the Riviera Mountain overlooking the ocean in Santa Barbara. And it's like the most mind-blowing. And so it's like, of course I'll let you pay me to stay here. I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch. We don't know if it's gonna happen. But
Is
I
it
was like,
nicer than houses in Hollywood
it feels like it feels like
or Malibu?
no. It literally feels like I'm in Malibu. And so I'm like, what better place to create content for any platform than if I were to have that living room with those windows and that view. So
Yeah.
I need to start. I mean, I need to start thinking of things to create with or without being there. But that's the first thing that came to mind when I was like, oh gosh, this is content creation heaven right here. So we'll see. We'll see if that happens.
Yeah, back to what the friend I'm talking about, Lena Live, she has close to 200,000 subscribers. Like, yeah, she's like influencer level.
That's amazing.
Somebody I knew from film school. Like a lot of my friends from film school became like popular YouTubers. Like 2 weeks ago, I had a friend, Samir Ravani. He has over 1 million subscribers on his channel.
Is it so? When did they start these channels?
Like 6, 7 years ago. When
Uh,
in a period where it was easier for YouTube to promote smaller channels than it is now. But yeah,
yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's easier, but again, nothing's
they cracked the
possible.
code. Nothing. They all cracked the code on the set.
Right. That's really awesome. That's really awesome. I I'm really inspired by that to get this started because I kept saying to myself, okay, let me put all my energy into my TEDx talk, and then I'll start focusing on YouTube, social media. Like I'll get more, and then I'm like hearing this, and I'm thinking, no, I got to start the momentum now. I can do both. Just because my priority is my TEDx talk doesn't mean that I have to say goodbye to all these other things that are good to be working on. So,
Yeah, it's a part
um,
of it.
yeah, definitely, definitely. Okay.
You got.
Uh,
I mean, it's diversify. You know, you're a
right,
comedian, you're a motivational speaker, and you're a yoga instructor.
right. I mean I've always been that way. I've always been uh like a lot of people, multifaceted, interested in a lot of different things. And so I've never just done one thing. It's always been, oh, I do this and this and this and this and this and this and this because I feel like each thing brings it fulfills me in different ways. And I feel like if I didn't do, like, honestly, if I won that $2 billion jackpot like a few months ago, after crying of happiness, I would still be teaching fitness classes because
What you love to do.
I genuinely love it. And I would still be wanting to work on my TEDx. The only difference is I think I'd buy a house. But other than that, like my life would stay the same because I want to do all of these things that I'm doing. Maybe I wouldn't teach as many fitness classes to be fair, but um yeah. It's
That's what makes life doing what you love.
right. Really, really important. And I know it's hard for some people because it's hard to have that time to do what you love if you're doing something that you don't. You know, like if you have a 9 to 5 that's, how much time do you have to do other things? I mean, there is always time, but everyone, see, here's something that I think about is that we're all so different. And then we can get into the controversial topic of like, oh, people should be vegan. Oh no, people should eat meat. Oh, people should what if different bodies need different things? What if different minds need different ways to be fulfilled or need more sleep and need more? We're all so different that for some people working a 9 to 5 and the other person working the same 9 to 5, for one person it could like make them depressed and depleted, and the other person can still try to work on their side hustle. So, no judgment on where people are in life and how people choose to spend their time. But yeah,
Yeah, you do you,
yeah,
basically. That part.
left America. That's the last time I had a 9 to 5. And I said to myself, I can't, never again. But there was times where after I was deported, long story, I
Tell,
was
tell, me, tell me a story about you getting deported after. I want to hear it.
Well, it's just, I thought they'd be more chill with me selling crystal meth, but apparently not. No, kidding. It was, the stuff. So after I had to leave so suddenly, it, and going from like living in a penthouse for $400 a month and then having to come back to America with no job, I panicked because I thought, you know, one meal here is like a week of food in Vietnam. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I thought to myself, my last resort was a 9 to 5, but I thought I'm gonna do everything I can to figure a way to. I'm gonna get. What was my time frame? I said I'm gonna give myself. There was a certain period of time. Like I'm gonna do everything I can to try to figure out ways, even if I have to work 5 different jobs. I'd rather work 5 jobs that I love than one job that isn't something I'm passionate about. And
Yeah,
so,
I mean, you barely getting paid like 100 a month now, but I'm still love doing making content.
right, right. And that's
Content.
how I was like, not, I'd rather have less money and more emotional fulfillment than a ton of money. And, it's like priorities. I think you have to think about like, what are your
And then
values?
I'm gonna tell you, my priority for like the last 5 years is basically enjoying experiences rather than having a lot of money.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I, I feel
Be
that.
like experience rich, you know what I'm saying, rather than money rich, you know what I'm saying? Because money can be gone that fast, and I mean, folks who are millionaires, billionaires aren't happy.
Right,
Compared to a person that had like a lot of fun experiences or had like a big family, you know what I'm saying? Money ain't everything,
right.
but money
Yeah,
buys happiness.
exactly. I think that experiences that's what life is about. Life is about experiences. And I think for me, you have to think about values because some people, they value security over everything else. And then, that's different. But for me, I value freedom more than anything else. Even though I value security and I want to create more abundance and security, of course, who doesn't? But what's above that is freedom. So if I have to choose between feeling secure with a 9 to 5 or having freedom, I have to go with what my values are. And I think sometimes people tend to choose not what they value more, but what they
Mm,
think
yeah, that part. You
what's
got
they think, they fall back on values that they don't realize aren't as high on that list. Because it's scary and you've got to take the risk if it is something that you value more.
yeah, like something like I grew up like a term I knew growing up, selling out. You know what I'm saying? Like sell out your values. Like
Yeah.
I'm not about to sell out.
Wait, say that again.
No, yeah, sell out. You know what I'm saying? Basically, you're selling out your values to
Right.
like make money. You know?
Yeah, yeah. But I do have a friend who the idea of not working a 9 to 5 like sounds awful. She's like, I love having that security and stability. I love,
Yeah, some folks
you know,
like that. They like the ritual.
yeah, they like the routine, they like the stability, like the security. And in a lot of ways, I'm like, wow, that sounds really nice to like that. Like that sounds very like I would love to want that. I don't, but it sounds really. relaxing in a way, just like, oh, I don't got to worry about this. I just got to clock in, do this, leave, get that. It's harder when you're like, oh, gotta hustle, gotta promote, gotta network, have to, and then also not having deadlines besides like it's TEDx talk, but technically, I don't have a deadline for when I have to start the YouTube channel. I have to create that for myself now, which is what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Nope, Sunday. Although no, tomorrow is actually pretty crazy for me, so I'll make Sunday my day to plan out. Actually, that is usually my Google Calendar day. Sunday, I go into my Google Calendar for the following week and I set things up and I color coordinate. It's actually really satisfying.
You got to share it on your IG stories.
Wait, my Google
Instagram
Calendar
stories. Your Instagram stories. You know what I'm saying? Like share what you said about the color coordinating and all that. Just share.
Oh, I have done a few screenshots of my. Oh, I remember I did this a lot when I was doing open mics every night in LA. I did take a screenshot of my Google Calendar because I color code everything. So all the comedy stuff was in orange, and you just saw so much orange everywhere, like open mic, open mic, open mic, open mic, open mic. So I've done that a few times, but yeah, that would be a good thing. I used to do Instagram stories every single day, just filling people in on my life. And now it's like maybe twice a week I'll put a story up. Just like the really important things. But again, there's an ebb and flow to how much you go on social media.
Yeah. Let me ask you, how is the comedy scene in Santa Barbara compared to LA?
It's obviously smaller, but there are people out here doing things. I could name most of the people, who kind of does stand-up comedy around, and the people who are making moves to like have more shows. If you want to check out Let Loose Comedy SB, he's been stepping up and creating a lot of new shows around town. And of course there's like Please Don't Tell or something, which is not just Santa Barbara, it's in LA, it's in everywhere. You know that? Don't Tell Comedy, is that it?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've been there.
Something like that. There's some decent open mics, but here in Santa Barbara, it's like there's there's an open mic on Mondays, on Tuesdays. The ones on Wednesdays got canceled. There's one on Thursday. So there's really like 3 open mics a week in Santa Barbara. Whereas in LA, there's like
it's like 5 times a week.
It's like
7 times a week.
Right.
Sunday mic.
Like 5 a day you can choose from. 5 in the evening. There's so many open mics. So but then you have Ventura, which is like not, I might even be butchering the way I'm saying that name. But then you have ones that are, if you do want to drive 30 minutes to an open mic, I guess it's similar in LA, because LA, just to get to another part of LA for an open mic, you do need to drive 30 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, like Long Beach has, I say about 5 a week. A lot of them get canceled too. Like I've been to a few, like, oh yeah, we cancel open mic. Yeah.
Like basically Long Beach for you is like Santa Barbara for me. So if you wanted to leave Long Beach and go to a different area and find open mics, like me, I could go to I can drive to Ventura and go to some open mics, but it's going to be a 30-minute drive.
Yeah, so Long Beach is like Orange County.
Oh, right. I've been there a few times back in the day, but yeah. So, but in terms of Santa Barbara, there's probably about 3 open mics a week, and it's good though. Like there's some open mics with a good turnout and nice comedians and talent, and no short of inspiration for me. Although again, right now maybe a little less because I'm focusing on other things, but there's inspiration everywhere. So it's not going to affect that, but it's definitely different vibe too, because it is really cutthroat, as you know, in LA. there's just this different feeling about it.
Yeah, I mean, because it's where it's like, yeah, it's basically, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause it's basically like one of the big scenes where a lot of people like go, you know what I'm saying? Get famous, get big, get clout.
Yeah.
You know, people trying to cut each other off.
And
But yeah, I'm gonna tell you the crazy thing about like a lot of folks I know from open mic scene or like being like TikTok or Twitter influencers. They're like cross platform.
yeah. I think that making it big in these scenes, you know, it comes back to social media. I mean, nothing's impossible, but it's really
Then folks in LA, they can be a bit cliquish, you know what I'm saying? Instead of like
oh
being
yeah.
collaborative and helping each other out, they're more clique. It's like, you ain't got this much following, or you don't got this much clout. You don't know who I know. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's how I totally feel. I feel like it was a lot more it was a lot more clicky. You feel ostracized from just all these different groups and even open mics in general. It just is very competitive, and I feel like there's a lot of judgment, and maybe this is my judgment, but it's a lot more welcoming. I feel in Santa Barbara, a lot more supportive. They want to see you do well. They want to help you. They want to give you feedback if you ask. They want they will go up to you and say, "Hey, like your stuff has been getting so much
Yeah.
better." Like da 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 da.
Yeah. A lot of times in Hollywood, it felt like a lot of people just like compete each other for jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like people trying to be like the wittiest person. You know what I'm saying? Be the wittiest person talking.
Right. And I think here it's more like just trying to be your best, and um it's pretty I kind of like the fact that I think it's well, obviously it's easier to stand out when there's less
Yeah.
people, but
Yeah. Like Long Beach is more laid back, more supportive, more like yeah. More,
yeah. I will say that a lot of my time in the last year before I moved to Santa Barbara, I did spend in Palm Desert. And surprisingly, their comedy community is very supportive, very chill, very close, very small, but it was a beautiful community of comedians, and they were really doing a lot to build something there because Palm Desert, like what, where's that even, it's so do you know where it is?
yeah, it's a few hours east. It's on the way to Vegas. Or
Yeah,
not
it's like
Clark County.
20 minutes from Palm Springs. So I remember that I feel like we'll always have a little bit of a special, I don't want to say special place in my heart. I just loved how they were all kind of working together to create a comedy scene there.
Yeah, community. Their community
Right.
is a small
Like
thing.
here, it's a small scene, but there's only like one or two people that are kind of like trying to create shows. Not one or two people, maybe several people that are producing shows. And and then the rest of the people just show up and do the mics. Whereas this, I felt like everybody's really involved in like promoting other people's shows, and I don't know. It was cool to see them trying to build something in the desert. So
Yeah.
if you're in Palm Desert, go check out some things and some comedy there. So yeah, cool stuff. But I love it here too, and I mean it's paradise. I was gonna say the weather, but maybe not today.
Yeah, we got like 5 more minutes for this stream.
All right, yeah, no worries.
Yeah, about 5 more minutes. So let's wrap it up.
Yeah,
And,
well, I think in terms of comedy, it's a little bit of a pause. Never really. It's my comedy is being used in a new way through these videos that I'm doing. Um, but I'm still always thinking of ideas and ready to get on that stage when the time is right. Yeah.
right. Yeah, I see you don't really post that much on IG anymore, neither. You know what I'm saying? Like an IG post, like.
Yeah, I mean, I did post. I might post again today because I do have a new comedy video that's gonna be posted soon. I mean, I posted I think like twice in the last week. So it's not nothing, but
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the IG shorts are funny. I found it funny.
did you see the videos?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I got it right. I'm watching them right now.
Yeah, I really like it. The one that's coming out next, I'm gonna be honest, not my fave, but I still love that it's like, again, I'm saying like consistency, super important. So even though it's not my favorite video, I'm not going to stop it from, being posted and from filming and from acting. You have to put in the reps, you have to be consistent, you have to show up, and things will happen if you keep doing that. So, yeah,
That's the number one thing. That's the number one thing, audience. Consistency.
consistency.
That's the number
Yes.
one thing. And especially like what I'm doing right now with this podcast or like the podcast live stream. I do it consistently every Friday.
Nice. Yes, I think that's amazing that just keep.
Bringing in a diversity of guests from from who I know. Like last week I had a musician. This week I have a comedian slash yoga instructor slash what is it
Speaker. Well, a lot of what I do a lot of workshops as well for confidence and things like that. Um, and comedian, confidence coach, fitness instructor, all those things, all those things.
Yeah, all three of you know what I'm saying? I keep it diverse. And before that,
Yeah.
had a YouTuber slash that's YouTuber. I mean, this is someone I knew from film school.
And soon to be, I'm soon to be a YouTuber as well, thanks to your inspiration to get started sooner rather than later on that.
Yeah. Do it whenever you're ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Although I will say, oftentimes you're never going to feel ready. So,
But let me give you a piece of advice. YouTube Shorts right now is is really popular. It's really a good way to like promote your content because I've been getting a lot of action. You know, what I'm saying, getting a lot of traffic on my YouTube channel from Shorts.
awesome. Good to know. Yeah, that's what a friend said of mine says YouTube Shorts is where it's at right now.
Yeah,
So,
your comedy stuff can fit on YouTube Shorts. Like,
yeah.
you can build your brand and build your audience that way.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I think that's kind of with the attention span of TikTok. I know we only have a few minutes left, but like with how quick people are going through videos these days, I feel like Shorts is where it's at. That's kind of what the audience.
Because YouTube and not Instagram is trying to compete with TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So TikTok to get that eye. So I'm saying get that you know what I'm saying? Like we're basically millennials and Gen Z folks. They like shorts, like
Mm-hmm.
TikTok, YouTube, Instagram stuff.
Right. Everyone's just trying to keep up with the new ways of life and the new generations, and uh, they want quick. I mean, I don't blame them. I scroll through TikTok. It's addictive to just
Oh yeah, it could
quick
be
and But
yeah. Thing is, don't get too addicted. You end up with TikTok. You end up with TikTok ticks. Like
yeah, gotta be careful with that. Everything in moderation, even moderation. But definitely TikTok is something to monitor because I don't want to get too sucked up.
okay, so you got like a minute left, and I just want to promote her Instagram on the comment right there, Brooklyn Coaching Confidence, and she also has some funny comedy stuff on there too, as well as aspiring coaching. You know, aspiring life hacks, aspiring, you know, stuff that motivates you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for promoting me. And thank you for having me. This is really cool to
Yeah,
see you after not having seen you for so long. And
yeah. Thank you for being my guest for let's say what this is my third time.
yeah, awesome. Well, thank you for having me. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend and stay dry.
Yeah. And for the rest of my audience, have a good weekend and peace out. We're gonna have another fun guest next week, y'all. So peace out.